Oh, you think the blue button flashes? Oh, that reminds me. I've mapped those green. Yeah, I kind of want the pit stops up here though. Like I want them complete. I want the pit stop here, so that I cannot accidentally press this. Like there's a danger if I'm pressing these buttons here, I could press those, but I'd literally have to do this to press that one, which is why I want pit stop up there. As for that one on the top left, I'm not really sure. You could probably use it for ignition if you ever needed it, I guess. Shouldn't really need it. Hey, Biggie Footy. Yeah. So that's that can go away. Actually, what we'll do is we'll get that, delete it, and we'll have this. Call it iRacing. That's what I want to use for iRacing. That's all good to go now, I think. I have no idea what settings to use for if we wanted to play Euro Truck. I have no idea what settings we'd want in Euro Truck for this. This mappings. Ooh. Settings. I wonder if anybody's done some really cool ones. Like that one's okay, but I kind of feel like you can get better. That one looks similar to that one, except it shows P1, S2. Just looked it up and you can change everything, including flashing. Yeah, where though? Is it under this LED mapping? Dynamic colors? Special layouts? Maybe you can have things come on and off based on these bits of data. Send you a download link to layouts. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. UGC Manager Layout Downloads. To install additional layouts, download the layout. And the UGC Manager, click Import. Import the layout. After import, choose whether to upload the background images, labels for the imported layouts. Until you do this, you will see just the data items and no labels or colors. Layouts 1 to 10 are shipped with the race LCD. Okay, so they're the ones you get. Layouts with work with any version. Following require version on Euro, which we have the latest. We're good for that. Layouts for latest version, some with graphical bars. Oh wow, that's kind of cool. You can have a little like a display bar showing your fuel, so you can like get a visual idea of how much fuel you have left. Anyone got a link for Dashlane, or shall I Google it myself? It's literally put Dashlane into Google. See, I quite like the gear being front and center. Layouts created by UGT managers. Thanks for sending them to us. Oh god, that looks like a McLaren. Yes, these are cool, but the gear number's too small. CARES, RPM, fuel. See, I don't care about CARES. I don't generally drive those kind of cars, you know. Yeah, as soon as you click on it, it just downloads it. That's annoying. That one looks pretty good. I download that one. I presume, I don't know, OJ, you must be able to make your own because it says here UGT users have sent them in. So you must be able to make your own. This one here has got the Ferrari logo. It has like the RPM gauge, traction control setting, fuel, brake bias. That's kind of useful. Grab that one as well. So I think you can make them with the software, yeah. So if we go to this thing and then import layout and then go to downloads and then import that one. That's imported. Missing black images found. Missing fonts. Upload files, yes. Oh, right, I see. So it's transferring the fonts and stuff and the images to this device. Blimey. What do you reckon this is? Do you reckon this is like a little Arduino or some Raspberry Pi or something in there running this thing? What was the thought process between Simucube and Fanatec? Fanatec is like an ecosystem to itself, whereas Simucube, you can pretty much attach whatever wheel you want, use the Simucube quick release. And I know this is a very good motor, and I know the software is very good, so it's a solid choice. Expensive choice. If you want something similar for less, VRS is the way to go. But I think their software is still maturing. Well, I haven't tried one, so you know. But I like the idea of, it's a bit like my phone and my SIM card. I don't want them from the same company. I don't want the same contract. I like the idea that I've got this wheelbase and this wheel, and they're independent of each other, if you see what I mean. I like that. Oliver Eck, thank you, 26. Like, Fanatec make, a bit like Apple, I guess, they make stuff that works together. So you can buy their pedals and their wheelbase, and their wheel, and the wheel talks to the wheelbase directly, and you can plug in the pedals into the back of that and then have one USB cable to your machine. You know, it's convenient. The software recognizes all of it, updates all of it. That's a great little ecosystem. It's uploading stuff. Fennec, thank you for 13. SimLab do a dedicated mount for the Fanatec. They make 3 different types of wheel attachment plate. If you look on their website, SimLabs make a wheel deck, which is what this is, that you put things on and bolt from underneath. And you could drill your own holes if you need to, but usually they have enough holes in them for most mounting solutions. There's a side mount, which is for a DD, and there's a front mount plate for a DD. What is the upload speed of this USB transfer? Or are we just uploading like 40 gigabytes of images? You know what I can't work out? In this box, in these wheel boxes, there's like an entire, apart from the stickers, obviously. Well, look, there's an entire pack of stuff. The tweezers we know for the stickers. Oh, there's a torque screw. While we're waiting for that to upload. I don't know what all the nuts are for, though. Sorry, bolts. There's like multiple types of bolts here. It's not the right one for that. Going to move this paddle shifter back a little bit. That sounds about right. Yeah, it's a lot better. I love Dashlane. If you're gonna get it, the family one is a good deal. I think it's like 50 quid a year or something, and you get 5 accounts for your family, and everything's like stored, encrypted in the cloud. But the cool thing about the family thing is you can share passwords with each other. So say, for example, you've got Netflix. I can share the login for Netflix with other people in the family. And they can basically log into Netflix. And if I need to change the password in Netflix, I can just do it and they'll get an update. And then you've got things like emergency contact details. So I can set my Dashlane to have emergency contacts of like Mrs. Squirrel. And if something happened to me, after like a period of time, which I determine, I can be like 48 hours. If something happens to me, after 48 hours, she can request access to my Dashlane. And if I don't approve it within 48 or disapprove it within 48 hours, it will give her access. So that means she can then get into all my passwords. It's obviously for emergency use only. But if something happens to you, it means all of your accounts can be, accessed then by your next of kin kind of thing, family. Because that is a problem, when people think things happen to people and nobody knows how the heck to get into any of their stuff. This is still transferring files. I can't believe how long that's taken. Okay, I just need to pull this one back a touch now. You get 6 premium. Is it 6 now? I only use 5. But yeah, fair enough. Parents wouldn't know how to use it. Sounds like one of my daughters. The worst part is not trying to get them in the right position. It's trying to get them in the right position with each other. So that when you put your hand on the wheel, it feels balanced. What we're talking about? Oh, we're just talking about Dashlane. One of those password manager things. Cool. Yeah, that's bang on now. And I think I had the opposite problem with the other wheel. I think there were too far in. He's pushing out a touch. First impressions, Sherlock. So my first impressions weren't that fantastic. I felt like I couldn't really feel what the car was doing. But then, with the help of some guys in chat, including Sim Gamer Nerd, who's got a SimuCube, he's got the version 1 of this. We changed some settings, and after that, it was like mind blown. Once you get the settings right, it was just, what is this? You just feel everything the car is doing. It's so good. In the first setup, you would drive over rumble strips and think, wow, that you can like really feel it going over rumble strips. But going over little bumps and around corners and bends, you can't really feel what the car's doing. But when we got the settings right, you can feel the car squirming around on the springs. It's crazy. Yeah, the settings are just, I can't describe how important it is to get those settings right. It was just like flicking a switch between, oh, this is all right, to what? You know, and I've not come from a bad wheelbase. Just put that knife for now while we're talking. I've come from a CSW belt-driven Fanatec wheel, which, you know, years ago would have been considered pretty high-end. Why are you sending another file? How many files are you sending? Fonts are like that big. What's it uploading? I swear it's uploading like Google Earth satellite images. Seismic, thank you for 19 months. The ultimate configuration stream. You love it. How does it feel generally compared to previous wheelbase? Well, I just said to you, like, in the previous wheelbase, you had good force feedback. So you could feel the car going and you can catch it. And it's quite strong as well. But it's nothing like as detailed as this. This is like going from listening to music on kind of MP3 with not a great sample rate to like high fidelity sound on really nice speakers. It's just clarity. Just clarity comes out that you never heard before. That's how I can best describe it. I mean, obviously, it's ridiculously powerful, but it's not that. It's just it's able to just give you detail through the wheel. I don't know. I can't even work out how it does it. Because to me, when I'm driving it, it feels like it's telling me that the car's twisting. Like I can feel the car twisting. I can feel it moving. I don't know how it does it. It's just magic. This import thing, I've got a feeling that I've now obliterated my original layout with whatever this is. I'll tell you what, if I knew it was going to take this long, I wouldn't have bothered. You can blame Pups for this. He suggested I download stuff. Where's the manual? Does it give you any suggestions as to what to use the buttons for? Because this is the next problem. It said it would take 12 minutes. Is that what it said? I didn't actually see that. When you press the button, did you change the layout first? Because you was on layout 1, which Dan did, so I'm guessing it didn't might override the base one. I don't know, Pups. I just clicked import, thinking it would just import a new layout, not obliterate the one I had. Like, nothing that you do should destroy what you've got unless you confirm that to the user. Maximum value of the left clutch pedal can be adjusted with the respective thumb knob. Oh, that's a clutch adjustment. Oh, I see. So this little red thing here that turns, it only turns like a full revolution. That's the maximum clutch adjustment for the paddle, though. Therefore, if the clutch knob is set in the middle of its travel, when fully depressing left clutch, its value will go from the minimum to the value set by the clutch knob, which is middle in this example. The right paddle always works in a range from min to max, no matter what the clutch knob setting is. This system allows users to mimic the launch control system used in F1 cars until 2015, where it was possible to set the clutch bite point. Right, so the right one always works as a full clutch, and then this one works as a biting clutch, which you adjust with that dial. Finding the correct clutch knob setting. In a practice session, set the clutch knob around 50% of its travel, fully depress both clutch pedals, engage first gear, reach the optimal engine RPM, release the right clutch pedal. As the car starts gaining speed, release the left clutch pedal and shift gears as normal. If you notice that the clutch starts slipping too much, you may need to decrease the left clutch pedal maximum by turning downwards on the clutch knob. If you notice the engine RPM drops quickly, you'll need to increase the clutch slippage. Huh. There's a config screen that we've not seen yet. Click on Input Devices at the top and Cube Control GTX. A new window appears with all the available buttons and sliders. On the left side of the new window is highlighted in the next screenshot. There's a setting you need to adjust: digital switch point. Usually the ideal value is 50 and all GTX wheels are factory programmed with such a value. If you're experiencing the shifter button not being recognized, you might need to adjust this. Okay. There's also an enable launch control option as well. Any US vendors? Actually, I don't know, Martin. Because I think the Simucube is made in Belgium, I believe. I'm not sure where Cube Control stuff is made. You might have to have a Google around to find a sim racing importer in the US. I'm sure there are plenty, but I don't know. Either that or ask somebody like Quirk, maybe. Simucubes from Finland. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I totally get it, Martin. That's why I've gone with Demon Tweaks, because I would have the same problem. If I imported now from Europe, I would be charged import tax. Whereas you don't if you buy it from Demon Tweaks if you're in the UK. So that's what you want. You want an equivalent to Demon Tweaks in the US. We'll have to put this on shortly as well and see how see what Eurotruck thinks about it. I think while I'm here, I'll just that. Rickmatech from a quick Google for the direct drive. What does that say, Legal Eagle? Has that got some kind of US distributor listed? Woo, it's uploaded files. Woo. Thank you. Can I have my software back now? Successfully imported background images
Don't
for
forget
layout
to take
19.
a break to get some glorious tea and snacks and maybe a bio break.
I will have some. I do need a bio break soon. So that was layout 19. So it looks like it did actually import a new layout. Although that looks like the old one, so I'm confused. Wait, which was the one? Do you know, I don't know which one I downloaded now. Was it this one? Which one? Which one did I download? Oh, God. Ferrari 488 GT3 by Paul Mansell. No, I know it's layout 19, pups, but which one of these is it? I'm trying to work out what it looks like. Because this just looks like the thing I had before. Maybe I have to click something here. Layout 19. Oh, there you go. That's it. It's on 19 now. But you know what's weird? When you change page, it changes that back to layout 1. So I put it on 19 here, and I get layout 19. But the moment I change the page, I don't know if you can see on the overhead camera. See, it's on layout 19 here. I can tell you that much, right? And you can see that display is the Ferrari one. But when I change page here, that goes back to layout 8. Then it goes to layout 2. Then it goes to layout 1. So I think what's happening is the settings or mappings. It's this thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's this. It's paging through this. Look, layout 1, layout 2, layout 8. So if I want it to be 19, I need to come here. There you go. That's 18 there. So I drag that in there, and then you drag that into the bin. And now you get that one, then that one, then that one. That's how you do it. And then you can even have settings per car. So say save, iRacing. Yep, I've now got the Ferrari display. Oh, God, tighten this thing. Oh, honestly, whoever tightened this overdid it. Okay. I'm glad they make these adjustable. Key controls from Italy, but I don't know where they produce their stuff. Okay, that feels good. Tighten that up. There's so much detail on this thing. Like, even on the back, it's got like this carbon fiber look, even on the bits that you can't really see. I don't know if you can see that. But like all this whole paddle has got like a carbon fiber look to it. And then so is all the little bits that you adjust there. It's really nice. I love the blue. You can get that bit there that's in blue. You can get that in red or black. And I thought about it and I thought, blue looked pretty nice because the Cube Controls logo is in blue as well. So just, black and blue just looks pretty smart. Is it text-to-speech? Text-to-speech is always on, but it only triggers at $3 or 300 bits. There we go. Right. So yeah, I have no idea what all these nuts and bolts are for on the wheel. No idea. Oh god, that is so cool. That is so cool. Wait, the force feedback's turned off. Why is the force feedback like the? How do you wake it up again? If I kill it and reset it, there we go. He's gone to sleep. I was going to put it in that mode so that you could see. Can you see the RPM gauge moving on that? On that Ferrari display. Wicked. Braking force, fuel 89.4, brake balance 51.
I just honestly absolutely love all of your absolutely amazing and entertaining content, Buddy, and I've just honestly luckily been watching all of your absolutely amazing and entertaining content for years now, Buddy, and you'll just honestly definitely always keep on doing so in the future as well, Buddy, and you've just honestly definitely always been one of my favorite content creators ever, Buddy. Squirrel.
Thank you, Mr. Gaheli. That's absolutely amazing, thank you. Yeah, if you brake while turning, you can feel the car squirming. It's interesting the way it all works. A little bit late for braking there. There's a lot of configurations to happen. I need to adjust like all the RPM LEDs and stuff for this car because they're wrong. Like on the display, it hits the red line, whereas here it's only got to like the blue. Cut the grass. That works supremely well. There's a lot of button mappings I need to do. So that goes through the pages. I love how you can configure in the software what pages to go through. That's just really, really useful. And then this one's the brightness, which is great because it means if I need to, like if I'm racing at night, I can actually just turn it down. I feel like I should take a photo so you can see what this looks like. There you go. When it gets into focus. That's what it looks like on the dash. It looks pretty, but it's just so configurable. Because on the next page, you know, you can have the next page look like that, as opposed to like that. And then you can mess about with all this however you want it. And then you can have it different for a different car. She's just pretty sick, isn't it? But you need to work out how to use this software. Like I know how to use this thing, not this thing. I know how to use this thing to drop different layouts in now. But then there's these. Save settings to sim for all cars. So what you could do is you could adjust these and then save it for a particular car like the GTE. So you could bring the RPMs down so it goes red a bit sooner. Test limiter, alternate blinking. Oh, J-Crates, there's ridiculous amounts to configure. LED. Add default FAA flag mappings. Add default DRS mappings. Flag LED side. Oh wow. So you could configure it for like these side LEDs here. You can configure them to flash when there's like a, you know, a yellow flag or black flag or whatever. Or even, that's a good one, low fuel. Low fuel, engine overheating, optimal shift point. So you could make these flash when you're at the shift point for the car. Blue left, blue right, red left, red right, yellow left. RPM green LEDs. So you could go red left when you reach the optimal shift point, add. Red right when you reach the optimal shift point, add. So if I understand that correctly, they should flash when you need to change gear. Well, the other wheel doesn't have this display, so this is literally for this entire display. The other wheel doesn't have any of that. So I don't need to do it for the other one. Dynamic colors. It's writing a file. That's reading a file. I notice it's found American truck sim now. It didn't find that initially. Oh, it went red. Just a single light came on, but it goes red. Press the FA button, the side lights will come on when there's a flag shown on our racing. Yeah, I'm not too fussed about flags. I'd rather use the side lights for something that's going to benefit me, if that makes sense. So much data here. I wonder how it determines the optimal shift point, because it kind of feels wrong. It feels a bit late. But I think the RPM is behind the game as well. That will be the plan, Sherlock. Sideways on the braking. Well, Armin, we want to, Armin. We're trying, mate. We're trying to put together the 24. Yeah, the plan is to stream the whole race, but obviously I won't be here for the whole race. So what I'll have to do is because I've never done a 24-hour stream or race before, and we don't know if we're going to finish it, but what I'll have to do is when I'm not here, just put it into sub-only, because we can't have moderators here all the time either. So we'll have to stick it in sub-only. Yeah, well, I don't want to be sat in this rig 24 hours. And I need to get some rest in between stints and things like that. Because a stint will be about probably 3 hours. KHD, thank you for 85 minutes. Now this feels really good though. I'm happy with it. I've got a lot of button mappings that I need to do. But in terms of force feedback, it's bang on point now. It's really accurate, it's fast, it's sharp. Super happy with it. Yeah, it's definitely off pups, I just need to work out how to change it. Well, obviously it's in the software, but I think it was the section I was looking at with all the sliders on it. I think it's that section. Okay, that's working well. Apart from this RPM mapping. See, pups, I think it's this this one. RPM LED stroke brightness. You can see there the optimal shift point, 980. So I think it's in the Ferrari. It's probably, where's the red line? This is confusing because it's green, then red, then blue. Whereas in this, I think it goes red. No, it goes green, blue, red. Oh, sorry. Shall we? There you go. Yeah, if you look. Like a Ferrari goes, what, 6,000 is green, 6.5 is yellow. It's kind of flashing red at about 6, even less than 7, isn't it? You're into the red line pretty much at 7. So you probably want this. This is all wrong for a Ferrari. How do you just like reduce the whole thing down? Use original shift lights. Shift light type single. Green, then red, then blue. Side to center, center to side. Red, blue, single.
Hi buddy, Skly.
Hey, Mr. Kelly. Shift light maximum gear. Use arrow keys for fine adjustment. Optimum shift point 980. Maybe if you change this, maybe... I was hoping it would change all of that. So if that was like 600... Why do I put 600 in and it goes to 700? How does that work? It's a pity you can't train it. It's a pity you can't say, I'm driving this car, watch what happens to the RPMs, and then learn from that and configure this. Yeah, you can adjust the OSB number because that's what I was doing. Brought it down, like right down here, but it won't go less than 800. Because it thinks, I think green starts there. And if I put 600 for this, it goes to 700. How does that work? And then, like, do you really have to adjust all these sliders? Like, why can't it just draw a line between the two? So I don't know. It's a bit eh. I don't think it's going to go less than 700. Yeah, also maybe that's... Let's have a look. Oh, so go back here. Here's another thing it was telling me to do earlier that it never did. Oh, there you go. Enable launch control. Brightness settings on the device. LCD. Maximum. Yellow 3%. Like, which of these? They're not changing anything. What's this? Gear up, gear down, clutch set. Yeah, if I pull that in, look, it goes to 50% on that slider. Button LED settings. LED 1. Oh god, has it numbered them in the manual? Well, it's calling that number 3. And it calls that number 16. So this is confusing, because that's 21. Which isn't even on the list. Well, you can roam, but if you see, like, when I press that one, it highlights 21, but 21 is not under the button LED settings, even though this has got a red light on it. So, Gear up, gear down, plus extra panels. Of the extra panels. Rotary switch mode, encoder settings. Brightness settings on device boot. That's the LCD panel, that's fine. This, I don't know what this is. Oh, that's gone. Yeah, I think it's how bright you want these lights to be. Where's the yellow? I don't know where the yellow one is. You've got green, red, blue here now on this strip, quite bright. Save settings. This I don't understand. On press, when held, toggle flashing. Yeah, maybe, yeah, I don't know, because these didn't come on. These side lights, there's no slider for the brightness of the side lights, which is a bit weird. That's no good. So number 2, toggle flashing, button mode normal. Which is button 2? Because button 2, according to this, is gear down. Unless 1 to 15, how many lights is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that has nothing to do with the button. This is 16 LEDs. It has to be those 16 LEDs right there. Or 15 LEDs. Yeah, there's 15 of them. So why would some of them be on toggle flashing and some of them be normal? I don't get this. I don't get this at all. Layout, media manager, layout generator. Global mappings. Let's have a look at this. Right, so global mappings, that's fine. Global settings. Import, export. Turn off LEDs when YouTube Manager closes. Recent device to connect. Delay configuration. Sliders are a percentage, not the revs, by the way. So 800 is 80%. Oh, right, okay. So the question then, Pups, is... It's not that one, is it? It's not. No. Are you sure? So you're saying that's 70% of RPM? So the optional shift points is occurring at 98%. Is that what we're saying? Look at the guide, page 9. Dude, are you reading the manual? What's wrong with you? I can find it. Page 9. Flag LED's behavior is mostly fixed. Yellow, red and blue come on automatically when flag is active for your car sector in arrays. Blue flag LED is configurable for optimal shift point. See below. Blue flag LED. In some simulators, if DRS is allowed, the blue flag will come on. Shift light values. The values at the top of each LED slider are the percentage of the maximum RPM at which the LED will come on. 800 for the first LED is 80%. Could they just not have put 80 in here? Could it not just said 80 and then said percentage? And just, what were they thinking? 800? Nobody ever equates three figures for percentages like this. It doesn't make any sense. 800 for the first LED is 80% of the maximum RPM the value can go to. 820 is 92.5%. Wait, what? For the 11th LED. Drag the sliders to modify the RPM percentage when each LED will come on. If you set a slider to an invalid position, you'll get an error message, blah, blah, blah. Use the custom shift light type to remove restrictions on the LED sliders. Shift light type controls LED's behavior as the RPM of the car changes. Single lights come on one by one as RPM increased. Green, red, blue. Lights all green, red, then blue. Side to sensors like the RSR, isn't it? Center to side lights come on from the center moving outwards. Custom allows modification to any setting by dragging the sliders each LED in shift light value. That's the type. Shift light max gear controls LED's behavior as RPM of the car changes in maximum gear. OSP controls LEDs when optimal shift point is reached. Highest 5 blink. All RPM blink. That's what I want. That's what I like. What was that setting? OSP type. All RPM blink. So if you want the OSP to come on at like, I don't know, 95%, then you put 950. Is that right? We know that's too high. Go 900. This is what I don't like. You have to do this. You literally have to just slide each one down. You could just have a button on here that said, go between here and here, and then just average everything out. Because this is tedious. Unless I'm missing something. There you go. It's roughly correct. So now I'll just save it for all cars for now. LED 13, each value must be higher by at least 1. Dude, give me an autocorrect. Which is LED 13? You don't even number them. 15, 14, 13. This is so dumb. Look, 884, 884. It's complaining about the fact that it's not. Ugh. From a UI perspective, this is silly. Right, let's do that. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's finished writing files. Hang on. I've still got this in some kind of flashy mode. Have I done that? This is still flashing away like when I was in here. You set it at blink. Did I? Why did I do that? Is it because I just did this, maybe? I don't have the pit speed limiter on now. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I don't know why. Good call. Right, let's see what we do. Oh god, that's a freaky flash. Okay, I may have blown the engine. Yeah, this flash is like super. I don't know if you can see this. Let me put you on the overhead view. Can I turn this around now? Look. You can probably see it a bit better now. Watch what happens when I full throttle it down here. Watch this flash. See that? Like a really rapid flash. The other thing is it's slightly out of sync with the car's one. The car's one is now flashing before this one. But it's better. I might try. Don't need this anymore. Blue flag, red flag, yellow flag, look at that. Speed limiter type, alternate blinking. Yeah, so when you got the pit limiter on, that was the alternate flashing you got. It's a pity you can't control the speed that it blinks at. Side to center. Wait, what? Each pair of LEDs must be higher by at least one than the previous. They are. They are all higher than the previous. What are you talking about? If you type it in the OSP and reload it, it will do it for you. Don't know. Right. 950 reload. 960 reload. Nope. No, each one of these is stepping down, look. They're not the same. LED 16 OSP. It has a problem with this. Does it want it to be on like 961? Oh, grief. Yeah, it's basically working like the RSRs now.